So about a couple days ago, WARDOGS came out with this video talking about the tactical depth and the teamwork and stuff of that nature. And I really want to go ahead and watch this video. These are one of the things that I'm very looking forward to just in general when it comes to games is WARDOGS. The dev team is so like pretty much very fluent on talking about this is not for everybody. This is going to be niche. This is going to be different. And I'm so looking forward to what their perspective is. They already talked about their actual time on what it's going to look like when it comes to player counts. They already talked about saying we understand it's not going to be exactly the numbers that everybody expects it to be, so we're kind of being optimistic about everything, and I really love that out of this team. And I'm very excited. This is definitely going to be a niche game, but if done right, it's going to be awesome for the people that enjoy these types of games to have so much fun. So let's go ahead and watch this video. So I think this is going to be crazy.
Everything that happens in a match, every vehicle bought, every bullet loaded, every weapon fired, every base built, and every building destroyed, they're all decisions made by one of 100 players in the match to help their team win and earn themselves cash.
Yeah, so like pretty much like that was the basis that I was looking forward to. I was like, this game is giving a little bit of extraction mechanics, but it's not going to be anywhere like that. More like CS:GO. Every time you get into a match, you have to pay a certain amount of money to get these certain gear. When you die and stuff like that, you lose that. So you have to have a certain amount of money to fight and do things. And there's like a black market. There's a whole bunch of stuff when it comes to skins. And I've heard that it's like a lot of this stuff and cosmetics are built in game that you get by just playing the game, which I love so much.
Because of our cash system, every second-to-second choice has weight and value, giving you a reason to keep playing. Ultimately, we're putting high-stakes tactical team play back into all-out warfare.
And it looks good, man. It looks good. I like this. This is gonna be good, and it's coming out early access, so I think it's gonna be good.
There are three pillars to our tactical depth and team play: believable foundations, depth and decision making, and player-driven all-out warfare.
I'm probably gonna be like playing Recon.
We used real-world references as a foundation for everything we added to the game, from weaponry,
UMP, AK,
vehicles, and equipment, so that everything you see and hear in the game feels grounded and believable.
Oh, that sounds good.
Development of our game, our animation and audio teams travel to shooting ranges to get a better feel for how the weapons that we have in the game feel in real life.
Dude, that looks so. Like that's good. Like the tanks and everything.
Unreal Engine isn't enough, which is why we built our own framework on top of Unreal that we call War Dynamics.
Huh. So they're using the Unreal Engine, but they're switching it.
Accurately simulate weapon ballistics and flight models from real-world data.
We added bullet drop based on real-world ballistic coefficients, including true-to-life velocity and air resistance calculated based on each bullet's mass, diameter, and drag model.
I know for a fact, snipers are gonna have like crazy aim drop. Not even like it's probably gonna be even more crazier than what Battlefield has and Tarkov and a bunch of these games that are like realistic when it comes to like sniping drop off. But I feel like they're gonna go so realistic to what it actually is in real life. That sniper drop off is gonna be insane. They're like just showing an AK and like some of these guns just look insane from a drop off standpoint.
React to different surface types with their own penetration values and ricochet potential based on ammo type.
And it ricochets?
Impact angle and velocity.
Oh, people can't camp in this game.
For our helicopters, we hired and flew in an aerospace engineer to make sure our flight mechanics were grounded in realism and have the depth that we want to provide for skilled pilots before making tweaks to make people more approachable to more people.
A lot of these pilot helicopters
to understand. We're in no way
or jets are going to be
realism
closer.
in the pursuit of becoming the world's most realistic shooter. Instead, we're using it as the foundation to lay a believable depth to the game and make every loadout decision have a lasting consequence for your account balance.
In terms of audio, our priority is that the mix makes you feel grounded in the ambience and believability of the world.
Dude, that audio
balancing that
is gonna be crazy.
Dialed up gameplay cues for key information when you're going to need it most. Wow. From hearing a volume distinction between the friendly and enemy footsteps.
Ooh, is it the sniper? Deagle literally looks like a COD 4 Deagle.
Each successful shot on the target without the need for the UI clutter. These gameplay-driven audio cues allow you to react and adapt to threats in the heat of the moment.
I love the red dot reticle in this game just by seeing it for the first time.
Is Whiz Buys. From hearing a single whiz-by shot, you can understand the grouping of the caliber,
that's
whether
cool.
it's small, medium, or large, and if the weapon was suppressed, and the direction of the shooter.
As someone that loves sniping, is gonna be insane. Like, I'm going to enjoy that so much. But it's also, I'm gonna have a crazy level of anxiety that is just gonna go through the roof and just completely annoy the hell out of me. But I'm in for it.
So for 9mm rounds, they will sound and feel less threatening, as they deal lower damage and have a different sonic signature compared to a sniper, cracking a 50 cal round right past your head. Or an artillery shell about to impact right next to you.
Dude,
And you won't need a PhD in ballistics or an
the
ammo
proximity
chart
chat is gonna be
monitor
crazy.
either. The in-game vendor will only show you the ammo types that can be packed into magazines that are compatible
That's
with your
useful.
weapon.
Good to know.
However, every loadout choice comes with trade-offs that will affect your playstyle, which you need to consider when building your loadout.
When you spawn in, the first thing you'll see in your team spawn is the equipment vendor.
WARDOGS doesn't force you into playing set roles. Instead,
That doesn't look that
you
bad of a
make
drop off a
choices
sniper.
and unlock items based on how you like to play. With loads of weapons, equipment, and items available to choose from, you have to carefully consider your inventory size, balancing how much you want to carry, which affects your weight and movement speed, and most importantly, balancing the cost of your overall loadout.
And that's why when we say depth, we don't just mean gunplay. The depth in WARDOGS is in your personalized strategy of how you want to play and to try and make a profit.
Knowing that an RPG with rockets could cost you about $3,000, but could earn you $10,000 if you destroy a packed enemy little bird, forces you to make split-second decisions between.
Dude, if you're one of those guys, like kind of like I am, like I would love to be right into the fight. So $3,000 and I can kill 2 tanks in a match. It kind of is worthwhile to run an RPG.
Between high cost, high reward shots and throwing your cash away if you miss.
Remember, team play items and actions that help your team win, such as purchasing bandages to help teammates or transporting players back to the control zone, are key for making cash and leveling up your account.
Medic Assault
However,
Recon.
no one strategy is king. With 100-player warfare and every player playing in their own way across 3 teams, WARDOGS becomes this unpredictable sandbox you have to adapt to.
Also,
And you get to build
WARDOGS
bases
is a
too.
game about choices, never locking people into set ways to play each match. Instead, allowing 100 players to decide how they want to play on an ever-evolving battlefield.
So how do you play WARDOGS? How would you describe your playstyle?
At the minute I'm playing Recon, playing a sniper. I want to.
That's me, low key. But I love being
I'm so
close
good at
quarters
listening
too.
to the game and thinking enemy out there, and knowing roughly if I can take a shot safely.
I'm typically
That sniper
a
looked
team
nice.
pilot, dropping people off, bringing supplies.
I know one of my
supplies.
friends love
I get a lot
playing
of money
that.
for people surviving the landings, and then every kill and assist that they do in the zone gives money back to me. So if they kill a person, I get some of the money for that.
Oh, that's so useful. You being the guy that drops them down gets
Early
assist
game
for that.
base isn't going to be doing much, but later in the game,
That's what I was
you can
saying.
really
These
drastically
guys
swing the course of the whole match.
are gonna have the heavy build.
Yeah, I play quite like aggressive, like pushing people, killing people.
Low-key
Obviously,
me.
count as more people in the hot zone.
Mixture.
You get more cash as well, so it's like you are benefiting the team, but you're also benefiting yourself in a way because you're earning more money by being in the hot zone and doing actions in the hot zone.
I like to think my playstyle is quite unique. Drop down at the top of a tower, try and sweep the tower, get in and out, get the code, and then move on to the next one. Get that tower code, and then they can call the hot zone to that tower. I may not be playing a massive role, but it'll be the smaller roles like that which kind of help determine when the waves and beats and paces of the game can
Like
change
spotters.
over the match.
Okay, so you're kind of like clearing certain objectives throughout the match to
When
help the team.
all of the roles coalesce over a single thing, that's when it is like peak WARDOGS. When you get a hot zone being called to a base, you've got people breaching, you've got tanks rolling.
Oh, so the hot zone will turn it into
infantry
your base
fighting
itself.
inside and around the base.
I can be a bastard to people building bases on the enemy teams, or build like the anti-aircraft missile launcher.
Oh, that's cool.
I will just
That's
swap
pretty good.
over to the attack helicopter, the Havoc. It's a game
That's
changer.
badass. That's badass to use
Everything's
that.
happening. Artillery raining down. People are scrambling to fire the mortars in defence. Like, there's people parachuting in. But you're desperate for more ammo in the base, and suddenly a logistics driver smashes through the gates. And I don't think it's down to one role.
Dude.
It's down to
I just know.
What happens when they all come together?
This blend of real risk and sound.
Like, pretty much, this is how I feel about it. Like, I feel like what Battlefield was always trying to do, or get close to it, it has like a casual but like Arma standpoint where it's like there's so many people also trying to have the proximity chat, for example, and it's like an all-out warfare, and everything matters. I think at some point Battlefield was trying to get to that point, but they just kind of went on the casual side of the more simplistic. But I feel like this game is gonna feed so many people's like gears on this idea. Like, everybody's together. One person's building, one person's the helicopter person, moving people around. One's using the attack helicopter, one's the recon, the spotter, like the guy was going to objectives, the guy that's going to the hot zones, all of that. It's going to be so in depth, and there's so much money to be involved with this. So it also is so much strategy from a literally money standpoint on who's gonna bring what, which is gonna be interesting.
Box freedom, when combined with our tactical depth and mix of realism and approachability, means WARDOGS is bringing high-stakes team play and depth back into all-out warfare.
That's pretty cool. Close community playtest. When is this?
I was flying with this guy. I kind of didn't recognize his name. I was like, I haven't seen you around. Who are you? And it's like, oh, I'm from the community. It was like the first community player that I got to speak with. And then I was like, what do you think about the game? He's like, yeah, mate, it's banging. Yeah, no, it's really good. Performance is good as well. And I was like, get the little goosies, the tingles. It was the moment for me when I was like, maybe we're doing something good. Maybe it's something that people will like.
That's what I was looking forward to. To play it, yeah, I'm so looking forward to
tests with specific players. We know there's a huge demand for wider access, but to be clear, these tests are not a AAA marketing stunt to build hype. Instead, we're running specific hardware configurations, server regions, and stress testing specific mechanics to ensure stability for everyone. If you want the best chance of helping us playtest WARDOGS, sign up with a QR code at the end of the video, and make sure you wishlist WARDOGS on Steam.
I'm just gonna say this, dude. The community manager, that guy right there, he has said so many good things. Like, this is not gonna be a marketing deploy for you to play the game to build hype. I love these guys' attitude. I love what this team is actually bringing, because it's like a different kind of concept and idea. They're not trying to be these guys that are trying to go up against the grain, or just like go up against like Battlefield and Call of Duty. Like, we're totally different. We have our own lane. We understand what could happen, and we're trying to build it for you guys and us, and not for investors and anything of that nature, which I fucking love, because right now in the FPS industry, it's not in a very good state with everybody just being executives and not really making a lot of change. In this game has me hyped when this does release. I know it's coming out in 2026, so we probably